Mars, the red planet, has fascinated humans for centuries. It's a world that inspires science fiction, sparks curiosity, and ignites dreams of exploration. But how long would it actually take to get there? Today, we're diving into the journey to Mars, exploring the science, technology, and challenges involved in this epic trip. Is it 6 months? A year? Or could we one day reduce the time to mere weeks? Let's break it all down, starting with the basics. First, let's talk about the distance. On average, Mars is about 225 million kilometers, or 140 million miles from Earth. But this distance isn't constant. Since both Earth and Mars orbit the Sun at different speeds and distances, the distance between them varies drastically. At their closest, called opposition, Earth and Mars are around 54 million kilometers, or 33.9 million miles apart. At their farthest, the distance can exceed 400 million kilometers, or 249 million miles. This variation makes planning a trip to Mars a bit tricky. Space agencies have to wait for a specific window when Earth and Mars are aligned just right. This window, called a Hohmann transfer orbit, occurs roughly every 26 months. So, how long does the trip take? The answer depends on several factors. The speed of the spacecraft plays a huge role. For example, faster rockets mean shorter travel times. NASA's Perseverance rover traveled to Mars in just under 7 months, while earlier missions took closer to 9 months. Timing is crucial. Launch during the wrong alignment, and your trip could take much longer, or might even miss Mars entirely. Sometimes spacecraft use gravity assists, essentially slingshotting around other planets to gain speed and save fuel. While this method can reduce travel time, it requires precise calculations. Finally, the propulsion system determines how quickly we can reach Mars. Current chemical rockets are efficient, but relatively slow. Future propulsion technologies might cut travel time significantly. Let's look at some past Mars missions to see how long they took. In 1964, NASA's Mariner 4 became the first spacecraft to fly by Mars. It took 228 days, or about 7.5 months, to get there. Next, the Viking 1 lander launched in 1975. It took 304 days, or about 10 months, to reach Mars and successfully land on its surface. More recently, the Perseverance rover, launched in 2020, made the journey in just 203 days, around 6.5 months. These missions show how travel times have improved as our technology advances. Now let's focus on a manned mission to Mars. NASA and SpaceX estimate that a crewed journey to Mars would take about 7 to 9 months one way. But why so long? First, astronauts would face unique challenges. The trip would expose them to cosmic radiation, which can damage cells and increase cancer risks. Scientists are exploring ways to shield astronauts, but it's a major hurdle. Second, there's the psychological impact. Spending months confined in a small spacecraft far from Earth could lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Finally, prolonged weightlessness causes muscle and bone loss. To counter this, astronauts would need to follow strict exercise regimens. Despite these challenges, plans for manned missions are already in the works. What about the future? Could we shorten the trip to Mars? One promising solution is nuclear thermal propulsion. This technology could cut travel time in half, potentially bringing the journey down to just 3 to 4 months. Another exciting option is solar sails. These use sunlight to propel spacecraft, offering a fuel-efficient alternative for interplanetary travel. And let's not forget about more futuristic ideas, like the Alcubierre warp drive. While purely theoretical, this concept could one day make faster-than-light travel a reality. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, is also pushing boundaries with its Starship. Musk envisions a fleet of starships regularly ferrying humans to Mars, potentially shortening travel times even further. In summary, a trip to Mars currently takes between 6 to 9 months, depending on the technology, alignment, and mission goals. However, future innovations could dramatically shorten this time. The journey to Mars is one of humanity's greatest challenges, but it's also an incredible opportunity. With each new mission, we move closer to making Mars a second home. What do you think? How soon will we see humans step foot on the red planet? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. Until next time, keep exploring.